Today on the Lowdown, a Darryl and podcast. Darryl and Darius Andaya gives us a lowdown on Taekwondo for people with Down syndrome. Over to you, Hannah Mala.
Thanks, Danielle. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the LowDOWN podcast. My name's Marla, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Hannah Mahmood. Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Marla. How are you?
I am good. I'm very excited about this
Today's episode will be a good one.
Yes.
Very excited.
On today's episode, we'll be talking with a parent who started this really incredible program to help develop and support students with Down syndrome physically and mentally. So today we're talking with Darius, who's a father of 4. We've got Dana, Darson, Darryl, and Darren. And he's an artist in all aspects. We are talking about literature. He wrote a book called I Too Can Be Special, graphic arts, visual arts, and performing arts. He's a dance member of the Acapellas and plays piano and cello, as well as martial arts. So that will be our focus today. And Darius has a master's in business administration and a bachelor's of science in computing science with specialization in computer tech. And he's a 6th degree international instruction from the International Taekwondo Federation. That's a big deal for people listening. Yeah. And he's also a certified private pilot.
Yeah.
Get out of town. Okay, you do everything.
Yeah. A Renaissance man.
And Darius is joined today by his son, Darryl. Darryl, who we know fairly well. Darryl is a young adult who attends classes here at the DSRF. And Darryl also does a bit of everything. He's big into music and dancing. He has a YouTube channel called The Adventures of Super Darryl, which you can follow and like and subscribe for sure. And Darryl also is a black belt in Taekwondo and helps his dad run the Taekwondo class. Welcome to both of you. We're happy to have you here on the Lowdown.
Thank you. Good to be here.
And thank you too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Great. So excited. Okay. So Darius and Darryl, we have a tradition before our interview. We like to ask our guests some secret questions. And they're questions just so people can get to know you better. So like icebreakers. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Okay. What do you think, Darryl? Okay. Darryl, I'm going to ask you this question first. I heard that you are a big karaoke person. What is your favorite karaoke song?
But this is my favorite song. These are my Backstreet Boys.
Oh, Backstreet. My heart is so happy. Is there any Backstreet Boys song?
Yeah.
I mean,
this is my favorite. This.
Yeah.
The Everybody.
Oh, Everybody. Yes, that's a good karaoke jam.
I bet that goes well with some dance moves.
Oh, so good, Darryl. Darius, what about you? Are you a karaoke person as well?
Oh, yeah. The whole family is actually.
Yeah. Who is your favorite travel buddy or group? Like when you guys go for traveling, who do you like to go on trips with?
We are going to Philippines.
You're going to go to the Philippines? That's exciting.
Usually we all go.
Okay.
What goes, we all go.
Yeah. Especially when you're going that far, right? When you're going to the Philippines.
Yeah.
Everyone take everyone along.
Yeah. Are you excited about that trip, Darryl?
Yeah. I can wait after long-term merch we have.
Gotcha. Cool. Awesome. I love it.
In March.
All right. Our last question is, what is the best concert or festival that you've ever been to? Darius, did you want to try that one?
Concert.
Yeah.
I like Air Supply.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. High voices.
Yeah. That's awesome. And Darryl, what's your favorite concert that you've been to?
I think all of us, me, our brother and sister,
Mm-hmm.
he's very good. He's dancer, my brother. He's Darren.
Okay.
It's a good
Probably
So, yeah.
because we did a concert for fundraising. So everybody performed on stage.
Your favorite concert was your own family concert. I love that.
Yeah.
The Andaya group. That's awesome. Very cool. And you said your brother is a dancer too?
Oh.
Darren likes to dance?
He likes to dance.
Yeah. Are you teaching him some of your moves? Because
yeah.
you're a great dancer.
I need the dancer with Lolo. He's a brother and tell me.
I see.
So
Okay.
it's been around.
Gotcha. Oh, the talent runs deep in this family. That's amazing. Okay. So we're going to kind of now start digging into our topic about Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready? Okay. Darius, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started in Taekwondo? Like, where did that passion start?
Long time. Yeah, I started when I was 12. My dad brought me to the school. The school is about like 2 hours drive from where we live. So when I go training, I would go 2 hours to school, 2 hours back.
Yeah.
So every time I go, it's 4 hours.
That's a big commitment right off the beginning.
Training. So it's a whole.
Oh, it's a whole day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was I was 12, so it's more than 40 years now.
Yeah. That's awesome. And did you start in the Philippines?
I started.
Yeah. Amazing.
The training over there is like very serious, like old school.
Yeah.
But and then so I got up to second degree black belt in the Philippines.
Okay.
And then when I went to Canada, I stopped for about 10 years.
Okay.
And then went to Canada. My kids asked me if I could start teaching them.
Oh.
So I restarted training.
Okay.
And then we started in the backyard. And then some of their classmates came. And we became a school.
Yeah.
Just from that. And then the rest is history.
The rest is history. So how long have you had the actual school now?
From
You started.
2008.
Okay. Wow.
2008 from Surrey, and then we moved to Vancouver.
Gotcha. I see. And how many students do you have in the school?
Right now we have about 70.
Wow. That's me. And of course, we know your wonderful son, Darryl, who we are all lucky to know. Darryl's, as Marla mentioned, is also a Taekwondo champion at the world level.
I remember
So
that.
cool.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you, Darryl. And you also happen to have Down syndrome, right? So when did you realize that Darryl could not only participate in Taekwondo, but like excel at a world level?
When he was a lot younger, while we were teaching classes, he would be in the back doing all the moves.
Yeah.
So he would just mimic everyone what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, around 9 years old, he started training.
Okay.
And then he would just take it in.
Yeah.
And because we have like 3 other black belts in the family.
Yeah.
So we just help him out every day. It's every day, every night. We're helping him out. So, and he takes it in.
Yeah.
He doesn't quit. That's the good thing about him. He doesn't quit. Every time we do a criticism on him, we just take it in and then practice more, which is good.
I actually remember you guys practicing a long time ago. I think you were waiting for therapy, and you guys would practice outside in the front, out by the parking lot. I remember that. And Darryl, even at that time, you must have been about 10, maybe.
Yeah.
You were really serious about it and really committed to it as a pretty young kid, which was just really cool to see. And look where you are now. It's awesome.
Darryl, what do you like about Taekwondo?
This summer, Liz. This summer Taekwondo championship. No, I'm here in New Zealand.
Oh, you went to a world championship in New Zealand?
Yeah.
That's a big trip.
That's a big trip. That's pretty big on a big level, right? So do you like Taekwondo because you get good exercise or because you feel really focused? Like, what do you feel when you do Taekwondo?
Actually, I working in a listening podcast. Asking that guy, he said,
Yeah.
breaking board they have.
Breaking the board in half.
So that's one of the things you like about Taekwondo because you can use your strength and show your amazing strength. You can break a board in half?
The head, the elbow, this is a real board.
Got
The woods.
Got it. So you like the physical part of it where you could really use your strength, huh? Yeah, that's awesome. What are some of the other championships you've won? So you went to New Zealand. I know you've won some provincial stuff in BC. Can you tell us about another championship that you have gotten medals in?
Yeah, I'm gonna have. These are two gold medals that have silver and bronze.
Okay.
that I'm missing myself.
Silver and bronze. Okay. Yep.
I show them, and I study number one.
That's so cool.
Him and me and Daddy, we fight on the stage.
Yeah.
Very bad.
So you and your dad did one together, like a demonstration?
Yeah, he's the only one. He's the gold medals.
He's gold medalist. I think you are too.
It was actually a part of the it's part of the competition.
Okay.
There's one with Down syndrome and
Yeah.
not Down syndrome, but one with disabilities, the other one without. Then we would do something on stage,
Yeah.
and it was really good. He actually leveled up the standards.
I bet you did.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you guys yearly at the DSRF run up family run, you always do a demonstration, and every time you're doing a demonstration, all eyes are you guys. I can see little kids just looking like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that. So those demonstrations are so phenomenal to watch, and I think it gives lots of other people ideas on how cool Taekwondo is, right? Darryl, do you like doing those demonstrations for other people?
Any people is watching from us.
Yeah.
And recording with it together.
Yeah, they do record it.
It's true.
Do you feel nervous about it, or is it kind of an exciting thing? How do you feel about it?
I think we are exciting that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have the feeling that you like to be on stage. I do. I've seen you do a lot of dancing, so that doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah. You don't get nervous. You're ready to perform forever, right? That's the heart of a champion. That's awesome. Darius, what is your philosophy around martial arts for people with disabilities, especially?
The main thing for me is that they get to try it. Because some parents have fears about getting hurt, things like that. I encourage everyone to just give it a try. It's good for them physically.
Yeah.
And also gives them self-confidence when they achieve something. And Taekwondo has like competitions that would allow them to show them what they can do. So
Have you heard from parents after they've had their kids in your classes, any differences that they've seen in their kids at all?
yes,
Yeah, parents have kind of come back and said, "You're right."
I've heard a lot. I've got a lot of good reviews.
Of course, that's not surprising at all. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah.
And for people who are listening, I mean, part of the reason why we know a little bit about this already is that there's a Taekwondo class that runs out of the clinic space, and it runs every week. And can you guys tell us a little bit about how that got started? How did you get here?
We started, I think we got invited to do a 1 week camp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We started from there, and then we had some people who were interested. So we decided, okay, let's make this a regular thing. So we made it a once a week class.
Mm-hmm.
We have a
It is a jam class.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Enough space for everybody now. We're running out of space.
And I'm hoping that there's other Taekwondo masters who are listening to this. Maybe there are. And so they would want to know, I suppose, what do you change or how do you adapt the class to make sure that everybody's learning to the best of their abilities?
Yeah, I've been doing this with the other schools in our federation, that I've been encouraging them to use my program. Because right now there's no formal program for adapted, so which I've developed one, so trying to get them to use it.
Yeah.
So it's standard and it's the same for everyone, so that when we meet at competition, everybody knows the same level, right? So I've been, it's mostly about adapting the program to what they can do. So we can't do like too many of the intellectual part of the program. We can't do much of that if there's an intellectual disability. If there's physical disability, we can't do too much of the physical. So we have to adapt it so that they can show what they can do. So if, for example, they're on a wheelchair, Then, of course, the jumping part, the walking
Not
part,
relevant.
yeah. So they should do the arm movements. Things like that.
Yep. So it sounds like it's pretty customized for every person who joins and who comes. You are really focusing on, I guess, the positives of what they're able to do and really maximizing those things. So when you guys have the class here, you're teaching it together, it looks like. So I'm really curious, Darryl, what do you think your job is in the class? What's your role?
This is my job.
What do you do during class?
Actually, I think my job, I had to learn a bit on that.
And so you're a black belt, and lots of the people in the class, I think they're white belts and maybe some yellow belts in the class. And so you're teaching them some of the skills, right, with your dad. And so are you focused on arm movements or leg movements or like a sequence, putting things together?
Yeah, that it is helping with a Down syndrome student. It's helping for them. This is that they tell me.
Yeah.
The stretch up, my leg.
Yeah.
I mean, sir, he's very good for Aaron is buying from us.
Learning from you, right?
Yeah.
God, Aaron's been on this podcast, so I'm sure he would love a shout out. So I was just going to ask Darryl, like, it must feel really good when because you have some students that are younger than you in the class, so they're looking up to you and learning from you. So you're like a role model. That must feel really good for you.
Yeah, I feel it anyway.
Yeah. No, totally. Of course. I have seen when you guys are teaching the class, it's really helpful when you can demonstrate things for the students. And I've seen that you show them really carefully a lot of the moves, and it's often both of you together so that they understand what they're supposed to be doing. Do you like doing that part?
It is a part of it.
It's part of it.
There.
Yeah, sure is. There's also setting up the room, which you're also very helpful about.
Yeah.
Because they put down mats.
Very heavy and very big mats. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yep.
Yeah,
Done.
for sure. Yeah.
And one event that we wanted to talk about here was the championships that were held in Vernon last year. So you guys led several students to participate in the Taekwondo championships in Vernon, and the level of excitement around here was huge. What was that like to take so many students to that event?
That was very exciting because that was the first time on a national event that we had our students go in and the masters, the grandmasters were there. They were able to see them perform, and it was very inspiring. I had a lot of parents come to us and tell us that was really, really exciting, and that was inspiring because they didn't know that people with those disabilities can do it. Yeah, it was very good, and we are actually talking about having an adapted committee now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so we can further develop it in Canada, not just in BC.
That's a great long-term goal.
Yeah.
Do you have any other long-term goals for what? Sorry.
No,
Marla and
we have the same brain.
Same time. Yeah. We share a brain. But yeah, what is like your big dream for this program?
I wanted to go like international.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's already an international committee, but so far it hasn't gone to Canada yet. They're mainly focusing on the European area. So we want to get in there. So maybe one of our people can go there and compete again internationally. Because the one we competed on for Darryl is not actually part of our group, of our federation, but they let him go there because there's nothing else for him. So he was able to go there and compete without with the approval of the federation.
Well, I'm glad that they accepted Darryl, but it would be great for other students too who would love to do that. Do you have any advice for parents who are thinking about maybe doing martial arts but are nervous or don't have any experience, never did it themselves? What should they do? What should they look for to find a program?
The first thing they have to do is find an instructor who has, they have empathy on the students. So someone who would understand what the student is going through. In that way, when they teach them the techniques or whatever that is, they would understand. Of course, patience. Patience is a big factor. You have to let them go through it on their own time, on their own pace, right? You can't force them. Okay, 3 months you have to do this.
No. Yeah.
There's no time limit. You have to let them go.
If people listening, we have a lot of listeners in and around BC. If they wanted to connect with you, you have a website and you run a school. What would be the best way to find out more about your school?
My website is dsataekwondo.com. But of course, they can always contact the SRF.
Totally. Yeah. And we'll put a link on the episode page so that people can find you. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share about your experiences together and doing the father-son team for teaching Taekwondo? Has there been any big lessons for you as the father of this duo?
The main thing for me is to let him, because sometimes I want to take over everything. I want to teach everything. For me, it's to remind myself that he's there, that he's willing to help, that he's if I assign him to do something, he will do it. So it's just for me to remind myself that, get Darryl to do this.
Darryl, is there anything else you wanted to share? What would you say to kids who want to do Taekwondo?
Actually, this is a kid. He's a little dragon. Tell me to know don't have it. How to teach the pattern.
Start with the little dragons. You mean the small kids, right?
A small kid.
Yeah, and teach them the patterns is what I heard.
Yeah. So do you think, Darryl, that kids should start Taekwondo when they're little also so they can really learn? Start young?
Yeah, it does kid. He's very good, like little girl.
Yeah. I like it. Start early.
He's remembering one of our little students there.
But it's good though. It's good to start early, right? Lots to learn. You can't get to your level overnight. Got to work really hard.
He's actually the only second-degree black belt in Canada. That's why it's hard for him to compete here.
Totally.
So that's why we got to get him to the Worlds.
I'm going to get you to Europe. I'm going to get you over across the pond.
Is it still part of your everyday? Now that you're a second-degree black belt, are you practicing and working every day still?
Yeah, I have black belt. I had second black belt. Hard try. This is my parents. Junjang, very hard to do.
Absolutely. There's not very many people.
Second pattern.
Yeah.
He has 3 patterns he has to learn.
Okay.
Every time he gets a new degree. So
okay.
He's on his second.
It's difficult. And those patterns, the sequences are long, right? It's a lot to remember.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, you guys, for taking the time to talk to us today. We really, really appreciate it. I think a lot of people, whether they're in Canada, BC, or, people from around the world listen to this podcast. So I hope somebody else, maybe a Taekwondo master might be listening, be like, hey, Darryl, start a new program, maybe invite you over to a championship.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important for people to know, because I know as Marla and I and a lot of our colleagues here, we see some of our students that see us in Taekwondo and we see such a massive change. so many new skills developed. They're able to show us so many other things, and they carry over in their environment in other places. So it's doing such great work. So thank you so much for doing that and for adapting it and for including everybody and for being such a great role model, Darryl. Pretty awesome. Thank you for agreeing to our podcast today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.